What's good? What's good? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. Well, you know, it's out there. Mauricio Sulaiman supports Jermall Charlo in his long inactivity, but he says he's going to still remain their champion at middleweight, in the middleweight division, all right? A lot of people are upset about this. You know, a lot of people do not feel like Jermall Charlo should still be champion, okay? I will say first and foremost, like, you know, I am one that feels like Jermall should be a champion at recess. But before I give you my opinion, let's go ahead and dissect into what, you know, Mauricio Sulaiman has to say, and then we'll speak on Jermall Charlo himself, all right? Shout out to BoxingScene.com. It says Jermall Charlo has the full support of the WBC, says Sulaiman. That's Mauricio Sulaiman for y'all that don't know, all right? So, it says, World Boxing Council President Mauricio Sulaiman has expressed his full support of the organization's middleweight world champion, Jermall Charlo. Charlo is nearing a 2-year stint of inactivity after being out of the ring for 21 months and counting. While some have called for Charlo's removal from the title position, Sulaiman makes it clear that the WBC will continue to recognize Charlo as its middleweight world champion. Sulaiman recently met with Charlo during last month's super middleweight clash between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. That's wishful thinking. Caleb Plant in Las Vegas. It was very wonderful meeting, very nice. It was a very wonderful meeting, very nice. Sulaiman told, I don't even know this dude's name, Izakohaka. He has been through complicated personal issues. He thanked the WBC for the support that we have given him. Asked to elaborate if the WBC will keep Charlo as its champion despite the backlash regarding his inactivity, Sulaiman was reluctant to provide a concrete answer, but suggested that such will be the case. He is our champion. He is coming forward, and he is coming forward, Sulaiman says. Charlo's last fight was on June 9th, 2021, when he scored a unanimous decision victory over Juan Montiel, a fight that I didn't really care for. But I like Jermall Charlo, so I'm not going to bash my boy. But I did not care for that fight. Fight probably shouldn't have been made. In the last week, a couple of videos have surfaced on YouTube with Charlo resuming training with his coach Ronnie Shields in Houston, Texas, and with his stablemate, WBA regular super middleweight champion David Morrell. At the moment, the #1 rated middleweight boxer under the WBC, formerly unified champion Gennady Golovkin. However, at the moment, the #1 rated however, Golovkin recently vacated his WBA and IBF titles, and it's not clear if or when the veteran will compete again. Sitting at #2 was Jaime Munguia, but it's currently not clear which direction he'll go in. I don't know how Jaime Munguia said. Well, I guess because Jermall Charlo is inactive. Because I was gonna say I don't know how dude is sitting at #2. So wow. So there you have it from the WBC. From Mauricio Sulaiman saying that they're in support of Jermall Charlo, man, and they're gonna keep him as their champion. And I got a couple of reasons why I believe why they're doing that, but you know, let's talk about it. All right, so I do feel like you know, the WBC wants their name to be attached to the biggest names in the division, and right now, especially with Triple G looking like, I don't know if he's gonna retire or I don't know what's going on. At the middleweight division, I would definitely say Jermall Charlo is the biggest name. I mean, you got Jaime Munguia, but Jaime Munguia ain't doing jack either. You know what I'm saying? But you know, on the contrary, he is keeping himself active. However, so here's my thing though. All right. Yes, my opinion, do I feel like Jermall Charlo should be stripped? I do. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I've stated it over and over. I do not like when people I don't like I don't like when fans or when fighters hold up a division. I just don't like that. All right, so in my opinion, yes, because I mean he's going on 2 years being inactive. You know, at first he said that he was gonna fight in February. We didn't see nothing. Now they're saying that he's gonna fight in June, on Juneteenth. But it's April and we still aren't hearing anything. So, you know, obviously I just kind of, and I look at it from a fighter standpoint, like, bro, you know, if I'm Carlos Adames or something, it's like, bro, my career is on hold because this man is not being active. Like, come on, bro, I deserve my shot at the belt, but this man is not active. I'm gonna have to, at least, y'all gonna have to give me my shot, bro. Like, this is ridiculous, you know? So I look at it from a fight. I had the same issue with Keith Thurman when Keith Thurman was holding up the division. I remember Sean Porter actually pulled up on Keith Thurman and was just, you know, expressed his frustration as well. I don't believe that one fighter should be able to hold up a division. I don't think that that's fair, okay? But I think the thing about it is, you guys wonder, like, you know, I know a lot of people are like, man, how does this dude Jermall Charlo even have fans, man? What the heck? Well, the thing about it is, bro, I feel like a lot of people don't, like, because they have such a dislike for, like, the Charlos and a lot of PBC fighters get a lot of dislike for whatever reason. Because it's crazy, because the same reason that these guys get disliked, I mean, a lot of these other fighters are doing as well, but you guys overlook it when it's your favorite fighter, right? I'm just man enough to call out my favorite fight, one of my favorite fighters, and I love Jermall Charlo. But yes, again, I'm keeping it 100, something that a lot of you guys don't do. Now, here's my thing though, okay? Where were you guys at when Manny Pacquiao held that Super WBA title for 2 years? He had a 2-year, like, he fought Keith Thurman in like July of 2019 and captured the title. You know, obviously we had COVID 2020 where fighters were still fighting, but we didn't see Manny Pacquiao until 2021, August of 2021 against Ugas. You know, it's supposed to be against Errol Spence, but, you know, so like Jermall Charlo is not the first person to do this, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, my thing is, bro, I think that a lot of the Charlo fans, well, more so Jermall Charlo fans, is kind of more so just like, you guys, they feel like people give him a hard time. Now, some of that is rightfully so. Again, him being inactive for 2 years, I agree. He should be stripped. But if you're gonna hold him to that standard, you gotta hold your favorite fighters to those standards too. I mean, it's like, for example, you guys like to call out how Jermall Charlo, you know, is ducking Benavidez. I'm one of the people that feels like, yes, did Jermall Charlo duck that smoke with Benavidez? Yes, because he did call him out. He did say that he would easily beat him, and so then when it was time, you know, he didn't move. He didn't want to fight. It seemed like he didn't want that fight, right? Ironically, I see, and I tell you guys, I only go by the post that I see. But I see these same guys that are claiming that Jermall Charlo ducked Benavidez are the same ones that saying Triple G did not duck Andre Ward. Now, ain't that a coinky ding? Both one fighter at 168 and one fighter at 160. The fighter at 160 stated, I will knock out anybody from 154 to 168. If you're in a division, last time that I checked, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. But last time that I checked, if I'm in a division, if I fight at 168 and somebody says I'll knock out everybody at 168, that's a challenge, right? Now, then Andre Ward proceeds to say, I bet, shit, you trying to make a fight with Carl Froch and Arthur Abraham, or no, not Arthur Abraham, Carl Froch and Mikkel Kessler, two guys that I've beaten already. Why? I'll be a Huckleberry. Why don't you come fight me? Triple G didn't want that smoke. People gave Triple G a pass for it. Except for the hardcore, the real boxing fans knew what was up. But people gave Triple G a pass for it. The same people are now criticizing Jermall Charlo for avoiding Benavidez. Now, personally, I feel like Jermall Charlo talked his way into that, all right? If Jermall Charlo would have just stayed quiet and been like, hey, man, I'm in my division. You know, when I move up to 168, that'll be a fight in the future. But right now, I'm campaigning at 160. I'm going to stick to my division. Then I wouldn't be pressuring Jermall Charlo to fight David Benavidez either. But Jermall Charlo opened his mouth and said, you know, hey, I'll whoop dude easily. I'll stump dude out. I'll knock dude out. That's an easy fight. All right, bro, now you got to go up there and prove it now. Because you opened your mouth, you opened them doors. Now you got to go up there and prove it. I held Triple G to them same standards. You call out, you said you can knock everybody out at that weight class, go do it. But the thing is, a lot of people don't, all right? Ultimately, listen, Jermall Charlo, again, yes, he should be stripped. I'm going to continue to say that because that's not fair to the all. You got a whole organization or a whole just a whole organization waiting for the opportunity for that WBC title shot, and Jermall Charlo's been holding that division up, or at least that sanctioning. So, you know, yes, he should be stripped, and then he should be a champion in recess. So he should, whenever he decides he wants to come back, he fights whoever has that belt for that title. You know, that's just my opinion on it. All right, but again, let me know what you guys think about Jermall Charlo still holding on to that belt. Who do you want to see him fight? Because he definitely needs to be active. Like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?